listening to the MADDOX Podcast, hosted by the MADDOX Real Estate Team, Jason Maddox, Jamie Abitia, and Katrina Pryor, presented by Painless Podcast. To learn more about our services, check out our website at maddoxrealestate.com.
In our first episode, the MADDOX team talks about one of their favorite pastimes, wine tasting. Living in the Bay Area means that you are never far away from a good winery, and not just the ones in Napa. In this episode, we open a bottle of one of our favorite wines and talk about some of the best Bay Area wine tasting experiences we have had in case you are looking for your own wine tasting adventure. Welcome to our podcast. This is our first episode ever, and so bear with us.
The bottle's already out.
The bottle is out, yeah, so we haven't got to the second. We've got two here. So I wanted to kind of go into this Bacci that we love so much. It's part of S1-E Winery, and I'm a member there. And we go there often to do some tastings. But Bacci, I don't know how we just tasted it one time, and I think that it became my favorite because I'm more of a blend guy. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's a little on the sweeter side. It's not super dry. It's a nice red wine. I think it goes well if you have a crowd of people, if you're doing like a family dinner.
If you're home alone, just in a dark room.
And you just want to, drown your sorrows after a long day in real estate.
Yeah, or you have kids on Zoom and you just can't deal with yourself anymore and you just need to open a bottle of wine.
Plop them down in front of the iPad and open up a nice bottle of Bacci. No, but I think it's great because it seems to be a crowd favorite. It's hard to displease anybody with a bottle of Bacci.
Really is. It's really good with prime rib, any type of meat.
It can go with anything, though.
It can pretty much go with anything, I think.
Yeah, I've paired it with desserts before.
Desserts, that's good. Chocolate. Mm-hmm. We've done that before.
Yeah, it's about what, $30? S1-E. You can't get it in the stores at Bethmo, right?
Yeah,
so you have to go to S1-E on your way through Napa.
Yeah, you can't get it in the stores.
I mean, S1-E is amazing anyway, just for going for like the picnic experience. Mm-hmm. You go through and. There's just so many things to do on that particular road and so many different wineries. But S1-E is always kind of a quick stop. It's one of the only wineries that has kind of a picnic grounds and picnic areas, and you fill up your bag and take it to all the wineries that don't allow food.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, we've done a couple of picnics there. It's a lot of fun. The grounds are beautiful.
It's super beautiful. I think it's always kind of one of our must stops every time we go wine tasting. What do you guys look for when you're going wine tasting and kind of planning out your day? How do you go about picking the wineries that you're going to? Well,
Katrina had a really good point yesterday when she talked about this. I think what we look for is experience, right? Because there's the winery that's actually amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful winery. It is Sterling. Mm-hmm. And we go there. You go there for the gondola. You take the gondola up to the winery. You do the tour. It's beautiful. It's amazing, especially on a perfect day. But the wines, the wines aren't amazing, and we don't love them as much. So I don't know, kind of go into what you look for.
I love wine, don't get me wrong, but when I'm going out for Napa for the day, it's also about taking either my mom with me or some friends, and so I don't just want to walk into a winery and taste wines. I think that's great, but I want I want a day full of something. I want an experience, so I try to fill up the day with different stops and going to wineries that provide something a little bit more than just wine tasting. Right. So Sterling is great. You take the gondola up this beautiful mountain ridge. You see the whole valley of Napa. Once you get up to the top, of course, then you have your own tour. And the wines are okay, not really. But it's extraordinary. So just the visit alone. Castillo de Amorosa is another one of my favorites. It literally is a medieval castle.
That's the castle? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there one time.
Oh, it's stunning. And so you go for the full tour. It's at least an hour.
Yeah. I heard it was damaged by the fire. Do you know if it's up and operating?
So my understanding is the back area was damaged where they stored the wine. And that was also part of the castle itself. But the main tour, the main building, the main structure was still intact, just because of the so many fires in the Napa Valley. We're all really concerned. It's only about 20 minutes away from us, so we're all very concerned about the businesses there. But yeah, so Castillo de Amorosa, that's another one that provides that type of experience. My problem is that I have a tendency to go to the same ones, and there's probably five. I mean, I don't know for sure, but there's got to be like 500 different wineries in the Napa Valley. So because it's so vast, it's a good question. Like, how do you pick? How do you choose which ones to go to? And I have my go-tos, but I want to explore so much more. And I know you're a member of Prisoner, and also Visa Tui, which is also one of my go-tos. But tell me about and Raymond, right?
Kent is a member of Raymond. Prisoner is amazing. You know, I've gotten kind of weird feedback about that winery because they're like, oh, it's owned by Constellation Wines or whatever, and it's very corporate and all that stuff. But honestly, like, you go to that winery, and Kent has a really good point about that, and I don't remember now what it is. It used to be something. But
it was a really good point.
It was a really good point. He's like, make sure you mention this in the podcast, and of course I don't remember what that is. But when you go to the winery, again, it's experience. The grounds are gorgeous, and we did a really cool tour. And we met the winemakers and things like that.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
Really fun.
They have their own garden on the grounds. You kind of go through the garden. You get to taste whatever they're growing for the season, which is really cool.
We had a nice brunch that day.
Had a really nice brunch. Well, because you're a member, we got to enjoy the brunch. But I know I'm kind of a creature of habit too when it comes to wineries. It all started with when you guys took me on my very first wine tasting adventure when I was 22, I think. I wasn't really into wine. A lot of young people aren't. I kind of had to come into it.
I was a late bloomer too.
Yeah, but now, I mean, I can drink it like water. But yeah, I think that was one of the fun things is we started off at Chandon. And started off with champagne tasting, which is a really easy way to kind of segue into wines. If you're just getting used to them or just trying to discover them. Nice, light, and bubbly. Really fun to start the day there. Really pretty grounds as well.
Yeah.
You go in.
Right. Yeah. We took a limo there for your birthday.
We took a limo there for my birthday. You guys surprised me at our office. And we went up there and had a really good day. And then I think we stopped by Visa Tui. I think we're kind of creatures of habit too because we make connections up there, right? So at Visa Tui, we have Janet that we love going to see her and love visiting with her. And, you know, she's always giving us fun little extra tastings or whatever from the barrels. So we kind of create those connections and we want to keep coming back. Same with Prisoner. We had Sarah there.
She just left.
Sarah just left. She's, I forget where she's at now. They told me.
She's at like a reserve, like a private reserve place.
Some the Napa Reserve or something. But, you know, we went up there because we really liked seeing her and enjoyed her, and she was so passionate about what she does and explaining the history and explaining the process to you. So I feel like we kind of go back to our same places, but something we were talking about, you know, getting ready for the podcast is maybe we should start venturing out more and kind of exploring. I think there's 150 plus wineries in just St. Helena or, you know, and that's not even all of them.
That's
There's
one
more.
Small city,
There's more than that, right? We have over here in Richmond, we have Rigger's Loft, which you say you go to a lot.
Not that often, but yeah, a lot. It's so fun, and it's you know they actually make cider on site. It's absolutely stunning, and it's just a quick little getaway. You can go out there. They're COVID safe right now, so they do a great job. You make reservations. I highly recommend them. They also have wine, but their specialty is really cider. It's right out on the bay. It looks
in
like
Richmond,
in Point Richmond.
Point Richmond, yeah.
And so you're going down this long road, almost where like the
I remember
boats
that.
are.
Yeah, and I thought, and you think you're lost.
You think you're lost, or you think that whoever's with you is going to throw your body out the window.
Like industrial,
because it's very industrial. It's very dark. You don't know where you're going, and then you get to Rigger's Loft, and it's so fun. And they have music in the evenings, and
they had like a couple food trucks when I was there.
They did have a food truck, and now for COVID, you do have to order a meal. They have meals too, but everybody's just so welcoming. It's COVID safe. They keep everybody a distance. Dog safe. You know, your furry friends are welcome to go. We had my sister's birthday there. I definitely recommend checking them out. But we're really open to learning more and having more experiences at different wineries. So if any of our listeners have recommendations, I mean, let us know, because we will be more than happy to check them out.
Yeah, no, we're going to do that. We're going to explore more wineries. Just because we are creatures, all of us are creatures of habit, and we do tend to go to the same ones because we always have a great time. Every time we go to Visa 28, never had a bad experience. Food's amazing. The company's amazing. The people we go with are always amazing. Riggers Loft, I've been there one time. It was fabulous. I want to go there again. We were trying to go there last night, but they were closed.
But they're open tonight.
They're open tonight. Oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe we'll make a trip out there tonight.
Podcast. Podcast.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, so and I love the fact that we can bring dogs because
kids. It's kid friendly. I forget about my kids. It's kid friendly.
Yeah.
And so there's ping pong tables. You can, go and have a cocktail with your friends, not a cocktail, but the cider and wine. And the kids are entertained. So it's so nice. It's really a family environment. Yeah. I remember I was in Texas one time, and there were just areas that you would just go and sit and have a beer and be outside, and there's a playground and everybody's drinking, just having it. Doesn't get better than that. And we just don't have that here in our area. But Riggers Loft, kid friendly. I go there for New Year's. The kids are there celebrating with us. You have your cider. They do balloon drops. It's so much fun. They have 4th of July. You can go out there. You can see the fireworks from the city because you're right out on the bay. Yeah. It's a really great place. You don't have a babysitter, but you really want to get together with your friends.
I think that's
important. Take the kids, take the dogs.
Cool.
It's really family friendly.
That's important.
It's really an amazing place. And there's not a lot of folks that know about it. Yeah. So Riggers Loft,
My friend's actually getting married there, and it's funny because I only really know about it through you and Anna going there a lot and seeing posts, but I just found out she's getting married there, so I'm super excited to see it.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm sure it's going to be beautiful for a wedding. Those areas always
that is cool. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, we'll have to we'll invite one of the people. Do you know anybody personally?
My sister Anna, she I think she knows everybody there.
Maybe we can have them on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
What's up?
Have a podcast there.
Have
them here, or
we should do a podcast.
Or we could do a podcast there.
Even better.
That'd be fun too.
Even better.
We could.
Yeah, I mean anything we can do to sort of change things up and
and
make
promote
things
local
fun.
business. That sometimes I'm always open. Like, where do you go? What's outdoor dining?
Yeah.
Where can I just get out of the house?
Especially now, right? Because all we're trying to do is find anywhere that we can go just to get out. And Napa's nice. We're kind of spoiled by Napa because it's 30 minutes away. But it's nice when you want to take maybe out of town guests and kind of give them the Bay Area experience.
But there's so much to do here in our own communities.
That's the other thing is that there's
so
much.
Hercules, Berkeley, really where we help to sell homes here in this area. Since we've all been born and raised here, it's really nice to connect with with individuals coming from out of the area, and many of them are saying, hey, you are normally kind of a stop on the freeway for us. Like we are like, oh, Panola, Hercules, we kind of just drive by quickly.
A lot of people don't even know we're here.
No idea what's going on here.
Secret.
That's what I say, it's the best kept secret, and as much as I'd love to keep it that way, just being a Panolian myself, as far as real estate goes, I think it's great that people are discovering.
And you're a true Panolian. You lived here, you're born and raised in your entire life here.
It's my bubble, and I'm never leaving it.
Yeah, and Four Fulls Winery, speaking of wineries, and here, even in our own community, right here in Rodeo, is Four Fulls Winery. I went one night.
I've never been there.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And one night they had, they have food trucks that come through, I think like once a month. They have music and food trucks. This was pre-COVID.
I have been there.
And it's right on the water, and you would never really know.
I was thinking, how do I know that?
Where is that?
I've totally been there. It's over off in Rodeo. You'd know exactly where it's at. Kind of as you're going down towards Ricky's.
By Ricky's.
To the left.
Ricky's Corner.
Which
has the best fried chicken.
Yeah.
Ricky's. Oh, yeah.
You got to go for Ricky's fried chicken.
Sure.
Get a bucket of chicken from there.
It's not wine related, but you'll thank us later.
Right.
But it's food related, and that relates to us. And then Four Fulls is just right up from Ricky's.
Didn't know that.
And you can sit out, and it's right on the water. It's awesome.
That's true.
5 minutes away.
And it's really nice on the summer evenings. Even now, I mean, everybody's adapted to COVID, and I think this is what we're going to see into the winter. So we've all kind of do what we do best and adapt. But yeah, everybody, still hang outside, just maybe add some heaters and get out there with the family. We're in for...
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we want to promote here in this podcast is what can you do right now?
Yeah.
And we're really trying to explore that. Being COVID safe, keeping masks on, social distancing, but
but still having fun,
but still being able to kind of live a bit and get out of the house in a really safe way. And so the places that we're exploring really encourage that. Even at Rigger's Loft, you have to write your phone number down. You can only have so many at a table. You have to make reservations in advance, because if they need to, if somebody were to call and say, I was there that night, I wasn't feeling well, they'll call everybody that was there that evening to let them know. So we really want to try to explore those areas. Tina's restaurant right across the street, right here in Pinole. They have an outdoor dining area.
Yeah, they do in the back.
Yeah.
Paris Street, a classic.
Paris Street, I mean, you can't go wrong with Paris Street ever. I don't think I've ever had a bad meal.
Layla's
great. Yeah.
Layla's really great because now, people are really falling under hard times. It's really challenging. They have an opportunity where you don't have to say anything except, I'd like a meal. They're covering meals for folks that are not able to pay for it. Yeah. And it's just an extraordinary expression in the community to say, you're hungry, you come to us and we got you covered. And Layla's is just a beautiful place to sit out. Again, if you're there with the family, that they have a patio that looks out over the water. I call it the San Pablo Riviera because it really is, it's beautiful when you're kind of sitting over and
I've referred a couple clients there recently. That's always actually my number one place aside with Paris Street, kind of tied, if you're looking for a great experience. And I have clients that now go there nearly every Friday. They're there. I'm like, you guys know it better than I do now. And they're new to the area.
Exactly. I mean, there's powder cake also. Jalapeno margaritas. Just saying. And it's just, all of these areas in our community, they're welcoming, they're COVID safe, they're a lot of fun to go to. And, these are kind of the places that we want to highlight, but also explore more. We're open to learning more about areas that we may not know about, and we want to explore those and bring those to you.
Yeah. Well, we love food, we love wine, we love each other. So, we just love to spend time together, meet new people, and do fun things like that.
Yeah, and it just so happens that real estate falls right into that because it's something that we love. Totally. We're dealing with people in the community. And it's so often that it doesn't feel like work.
Absolutely. Oh,
right. It's like,
I don't feel like I work ever. And that's what I love about this whole business. It's like we get to spend time with each other. We get to call each other all the time because, every transaction's got problems and good and bad, right? And we get to spend time with each other. We get to go explore and drink great wine, meet with clients, drink, have dinner, drink good wine with them and have good food and things like that.
I always say the first meeting you're meeting clients, and then the second meeting you're meeting friends.
Yeah. Right.
And it just, that relationship just stays because I think for all of us, it is work, but it's not work. It's not a transaction.
Yeah.
It's we're partners in this, and then those partners become friends, and then it's just we've just met so many extraordinary people through this. Through what we do as real estate agents. It truly is. I wake up and I pinch myself like this is what I do and I love it.
Yeah. Well, and clients, they call a lot or text and ask, what can we do in this community or what is in this community? So it's important to direct them. Hey, you want a good cup of coffee? Go to East Bay Coffee in downtown Pinole.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm drinking East Bay now, accompanied with my Bacci, but tell me about this because Jamie,
this is amazing, right?
You introduced me to this drink
the Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, the Sleepy Hollow. So I can't take credit for it. I would love to, but one of their original employees, she's no longer with them. She moved back to her home state of Ohio. Shout out Sarah. But she introduced me to this. It's basically, if you're familiar with the London Fog, it's Earl Grey tea and vanilla and milk. I get oat milk.
No, there's something pumpkin-y.
No, but during the holidays when they do pumpkin spice, just to kind of be a little more basic, I like to do pumpkin spice instead of the vanilla in the London Fog. So it turns into kind of this fall, just really good. I think it kind of tastes like Fruit Loops. I don't know. It's got kind of a fruity flavor.
Can't go wrong with that.
And I actually really don't love like fruit flavored drinks and teas, but I will drink this constantly.
It tastes like a fall morning.
It tastes delicious. Like fall in a cup. It's really good. I get it with oat milk. I'm not lactose or anything. I just happen to really like the creaminess of the oat milk.
Well, and they make their own syrups, right? So everything they make is like from scratch, which is super cool.
And we're gonna, a lot of these topics we're talking about, we're gonna go go out and branch out on further episodes in the future and kind of talk about them. I'd love to have the East Bay Coffee crew on here to kind of talk. They're actually our neighbor, so if you're familiar with East Bay Coffee and Pinole at all, our office is right next door to them. We kind of moved here because of them.
Yeah, actually, we did.
So we could walk over and grab coffee every day. But yeah, I think they're totally awesome, and shout out to Sarah for turning me on to this. I called it the Sleepy Hollow just because I needed a fall name for it, but she created it for me.
Yeah.
Did you call it the Sleepy Hollow?
I called it the Sleepy Hollow because it needed just a fall name, but
so is that what they
now they call it?
I call it Sleepy Hollow. It's not on the menu. I don't know why it's not,
but if you ask for Sleepy Hollow, they will know exactly
what it is. So it's Jamie's drink. It's Jamie created.
Sarah created it. I can't take credit. Sarah created it for me because oftentimes I go in there. I'm not really a coffee person. I can drink coffee, but I like my coffee like Katrina says, like a milkshake. I put my hazelnut creamer in it every morning. My Coffee Mate, like I want that thing so sweet and delicious. And so when it comes to actually coffee, I'm not like a Pete's or, if I go to Starbucks, I'm a caramel macchiato girl.
Yeah.
So coming here, I didn't really care to get coffee every day, but in turn, I got this tea, and it's my favorite thing. I literally look forward to the fall months and kind of going into the winter just so I can get this.
Yeah, they have a really good pumpkin spice syrup or something.
It's incredible. Everything they make is incredible.
Yeah.
You literally can't go wrong. Even if you, especially if you are a coffee drinker, you will never go wrong there. But
but that's the goal. That really is the goal of this, is to say, welcome to our community.
Yeah.
Let us tell you all about it. There's a lot of folks that are coming from San Francisco right now. They realize they don't have to stay in their 600 square foot condo in San Francisco to work.
Yeah.
They're working from home and they want to branch out a little bit. And our prices here in our small town is, it calls to them and they say, tell me about your spot here. Mm-hmm. And the fact that we've been, raised, born and raised here, we're able to provide a lot of insight, different nuances of each neighborhood. And so it's coming really from a place, and the fact that we're living here and I'm raising my kids here, it really resonates with me and them that they're really getting a perspective of somebody that's been here for
this is going to be a good
time.
segue because our second episode is actually going to be based on growing up in Pinole and kind of our stories. So that'll be, tune into
Well, you
that.
and Katrina are the only two that were born and raised. You were born
I was born in San Francisco, but
you
on day
came
3
home,
I came home to Pinole.
I moved here in high school. So and what's that? Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, we'll save that for the second episode. But anyway, back to our kind of experience thing. So that's what we're all about. We're all about experience and turning people on to new stuff, fun stuff. We love food. We love wine. We love food. But we love to go and explore new restaurants. The food is an art, right? And like at Prisoner, they do that brunch we had was a beautiful chicken and waffles.
Oh, yeah.
And we've
done
beautiful
chicken and waffles.
I've
never heard waffles described as beautiful.
We've never had what we had there, what we experienced. It was like an out-of-body experience. It was I didn't think chicken and waffles could be so amazing.
Right.
And Pear Street. Can we throw Pear Street in there?
Yeah.
Pear Street has really good chicken and waffles.
Oh, they do.
Too.
They really do.
Yeah, and Pear Street is right here, local in Pinole.
Yeah.
We were just there last night. We patron them often.
We do.
So so that's extraordinary too. So sometimes you don't have to drive to Napa to get good chicken and waffles, but Prisoner is
And pairing a good wine with this stuff, I love pairing. I love pairing things. So like a coffee with like a sausage breakfast sandwich is those two things combine really well, like a red wine with a prime rib at Pear Street, or the Bacci. We didn't have the Bacci last night, right? We just had the martinis and
we had Prisoner last night.
We had Prisoner, right?
Prisoner last night.
So that's a blend too. So that was pretty good, and it went really well with the prime rib.
Yeah.
But just the pairing of the food and the wine, and just making it an amazing experience. And I think a lot of it is the company, right? You guys are always awesome. And so just being with family and friends, and that's what makes the experience.
Well, that's what food is, right? It's bringing together people. And I think if more people come around, a dish and a glass of wine, even if there's differences, and we have a lot of that right now, not getting too political, but we have a lot of that right now.
A lot of that, yeah.
Just something as simple as having a meal together and talking things through. But But that being said, we have so much more to come. We have more podcasts to come. And so we're really excited about taking this journey with you all, whoever's still listening.
Yeah, this is super fun.
We started with wine, we kind of ventured off, but I think we, kind of touched lightly on all of the topics that we will be covering and give you an idea on, what our purpose is for this podcast. There's really nothing set in stone. We're just here to have fun and to connect with our community and to give you a little bit more insight on us and who we are. And we're not just strictly business. Like Katrina said, it may start as business, but we always end up as friends with our clients. And
we went on a cruise with our clients.
Well,
so
that's a story for another day.
That's a story for another day, yeah. But that was a lot of fun. But I mean, we just, we turn, everybody that we work with, they turn into friends. Yeah. And we have great relationships. So, and that's what this business is all about. It's about relationships. It's not about transactions. We definitely, follow that relationship, a relational, we do business that way. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, it's been a pleasure on this episode.
Cheers. I can't wait for the next bottle of wine.
Your glasses are empty.
We're empty. I'm ready for the next
empty,
bottle.
But we're ready to open the second bottle for episode 2.
How are we doing on time?
I think we're going to wrap this up, and I hope you tune into our second episode so that you can hear more about us and also learn more about us growing up in Pinole, learn more about Pinole itself. We'll touch on some of the topics we covered today, and, hopefully you're still listening.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Subscribe. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the MADDOX podcast. Thank you to our producer, Sam Lubman of Painless Podcasts, for helping make this podcast possible. We started this podcast so we could share our real estate insights, as well as provide our listeners with a chance to get to know the MADDOX team. Our goal is to make our clients' real estate sale or purchase as simple as possible, allowing them to sit back while we handle the hard work. To learn more about what we do or to look up resources about the Bay Area communities, visit our website at maddoxrealestate.com or give us a call at 510-993-0688.